President Trump arrived in Singapore this morning for an unprecedented nuclear summit with North Korean dictator Kim Jung Un, who arrived earlier. The president flew from the G7 meeting in Canada, leaving early and in a defiant mood after a tense 2 days with America's traditional allies. Ben Tracy is in Singapore.
Jane, security is now incredibly tight here in Singapore as this city gets ready to host the biggest meeting between two world leaders in recent memory. Now, before flying here to Singapore, President Trump attended the G7 summit in Canada, which should have been a friendly meeting of American allies. But the president waged an all-out attack on the leaders of Canada and Europe for what he calls unfair trade deals. He ultimately refused to endorse the joint communique that they all signed at the end of the meeting and accused Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of being dishonest and weak.
As Canadians, we're polite, we're reasonable, but we also will not be pushed around.
Now President Trump turns his attention to North Korean leader Kim Jung Un, who he recently called honorable. The president will try to convince the North Korean dictator to give up his nuclear weapons and do so on a fairly quick timetable. But so far, there are no indications that Kim Jung Un is actually willing to do that or what he would want in return if he did. Now, President Trump is saying he will know in the very first minute of their meeting whether or not the North Koreans are serious about making a deal. And the president did acknowledge that a deal with North Korea could take time and become a process.
Correspondent Ben Tracy in Singapore, thank you.